Yes, people. Today is a good day. We have signed or re-signed Ilkay Gundogan. Absolute scenes, mate. Absolute scenes. This has moved absolutely rapid, and I thought it would do this. A free. I'm pretty sure it's a free from Barcelona. They just want to get rid of his wages, and it's madness. The captain is back. Remember the ice cream van, Jacks. Big up to everyone in the chat. If you haven't already, do us a favour, hit the like button, subscribe channel if you're new. Yes, Craig, party time. Hope you're good, brother. But yeah, Ilkay Gundogan is fully signed for Manchester City again. It's all confirmed. There's no hiccups, nothing to worry about. He is now a City player. It's all done and dusted. It's exciting. I'm buzzing. Like, I think he's gonna be massive in the dressing room. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what his thingy is, what his number's going to be like. But we can talk about that. We can talk about what number we think he should get. But unreal scenes. I'll go through the what's actually happened right now. Jake Kajiro there just said the transfer window could not be more perfect. What a contrast, because literally a couple of days ago we're all talking about what a dead window it is. We've only signed Savio, and then now we've gone and got Ilkay Gundogan. I am so happy. The amount of times that I've said just re-sign Ilkay Gundogan, even last January, even, do you know what I mean? As soon as we got rid of him, I was like, let's re-sign him. Do you remember when he couldn't be registered as a player for Barcelona? I was like, go get him back. Go get him back. So, here's the news. Here's the news. So, it is, Freddie Pies put there we land. It is, Ilkay Gundogan has got the here we go from Fabrizio. He's going to sign a 1-year deal with an extra 12 months, an option for a further 12 months. Kind of like the Fernandinho deal a few years ago. That's from Paul Ballas, which obviously huge. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a full agreement for him to re-sign, as Paul Ballas has confirmed. Anthony Landolfi, the 5, says we're signing that Japanese striker from Celtic, FC 24. His overall is 77. The DCM rating must be really that good in real life. I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure that's how football works. Because there's some questionable ratings on FIFA. I'm not sure that's how you should base your knowledge on a footballer. I'd go watch some videos. Kyogo Hirashi, something like that. I literally said it in a voice note 30 minutes ago, and now I can't remember what I said. But big up to Anthony with a $5. Appreciate the super chat, mate. Zetinus with a 45 months. Mate, you're furniture, you, brother. Zetinus says, Mr. Whippy is back, baby. I don't believe I've been this excited for a signing since Haaland. I'm gassed for this. I'm well excited. I mean, people might be like, oh, don't bring him back. There's a few people not wanting Gundogan to come back. But this whole transfer to me just made sense. We need a player like that. He'll be more accepting of a lesser role, but I genuinely think that Gundogan might become a starter for us. Now, that might be me, like, I don't think he's washed. I think he's still got it. I think he could genuinely just be a mainstay starter for us again. Like, I don't think we're going to see peak Gundo performances like what we've seen a few years back. But if I set myself up with that, that means that what I'm going to get is going to be even better, because I feel like he'll be solid for us. He knows the system. He knows exactly what Pep wants from him. He's the perfect kind of player that we could have got, because there's no risk. I don't believe there's any risk in this, because I don't think his legs are going to fall off this season. I think he covered most ground for Barcelona last season. He got 17 or 18 goals and assists for Barcelona last year. He's going to chip in with goals for us. It's an unreal signing. There's no fault for me in this. Absolute no fault. I think it's the perfect sign that we could have got. Real with a 298 says, I heard City are interested in a Japanese striker. Yeah, that's that Kyogo Hirashi or something like that. I'm going to look his name up in a second and we'll talk about that. But yeah, we are looking for a striker now to replace Alvarez, and that the Japanese striker is who we've been looking at. I appreciate the super chat, Rio. Cute Ram, yes, with a 3. Finally, a Gundo replacement. I know. How many times do we say the Gundo replacement is Gundo? Like, and that's what it is. Latavo, is it here we go already? It is. It is done. Here we go. That's in the past now. You know what I mean? We're in. He's already a City player. Insert Spider-Man meme. Yeah, they're pointing at each other in it, and it's just Gundo pointing at Gundo. But yeah, honestly, it's mad news. It is mad. We'll go through like all your comments and that, and we'll see what your thoughts are. This is like when Shaw Wright Phillips came back, says Ian Wilkinson. It's gas. I'm so buzzing. How can we not be buzzing about this? Deceptive says, there we land. There we skipped it. Honestly, it's a madness. It's a madness. My head's fell off. It's too early for this. It's too early for Gundo signings. I'm waiting for 5 p.m. usually. I'm looking forward to the announcement video. Please, Harry, please do an ice cream van. This is my plea. We take off. Oh my God, you're going to send my head. It's too early. Please, City, just do something with an ice cream van. It has to be. It just has to be. It's such a tap-in from the club to have such a good announcement video for Ilkay Gundogan. But yeah, that's the situation with that. Cover Gundo double pivot. Rodri can get some rest. Facts. I'd even trust Gundo in the 6 by himself, as we've seen. Yes, FG. Buzz. yes, FG. Gundo, mate. FG, mate. You need to get onto City and get an ice cream van in there. Throw yourself in the video, lad. We need an ice cream van in that announcement video. There's got to be something along those lines. There just has to be. There we skedaddle. But it's actually insane when you deep it. Why have Barca... I get the wage kind of... FG driving the van. Yo. Yo, are you allowed to say that? Zetin25 says, Man City can play as a 6-8. Man can play as a 6-8 and whatever Pep wants him to play. This is literally all we want in midfield. I know. 100%. I won't be driving, mate. I'll just have the ice cream. Yeah, fact. Save me some. Unreal. What's the FPL code? I'll sort it out straight after this, mate. I was meant to sort it out last night, but I got busy with graphics and stuff. So I'll sort the FPL code literally straight away. I'm actually gassed. As there's no better way to start a day than re-signing Gundo. Question for you, chat. Captaincy. Are you giving Gundo captain? I tweeted like 3 or 4 days ago saying, make Gundo captain. Because for me personally, it's a yes. But there's a lot of people who say no. Cornel says no. Harun says no. He'll get the respect straight away from the players. The players have only just come will respect him anyway. I just think he's the perfect captain choice, right? And I know the players choose. Give it Kev. Is the only. I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be. It'll create disturbance. I don't think it will. Obviously, the players decide anyway, but I think Gundo's captain. I think that's the way it has to be. Has to be Gundo as a captain. Walker will be pissed. yeah. I mean, I get the Walker might be pissed a little bit, but surely he understands as well. Gundo is the rightful captain in this scenario for me. I can understand people's skepticalness of this, but for me, Gundo is the rightful captain. Give Rico the keys, man. Andrew W. Yes, mate, with a 5. Vid has to be ice cream van Gundo driving. Cheeky hands over a contract. Then Pep turns up and asks Cheeky, where's mine? Pick of the 2 contracts. I think Gundo has to be the guy in the back of the ice cream van. He has to be the one. He has to be the one to give the ice cream or the contract to Cheeky. Something like that would be sick. Something like that would be unreal. No point talking about it's players who decide. Yeah, obviously it is the players who decide the captaincy, so it doesn't really matter too much. I appreciate all the super chats. But yeah, I'm gassed. I'm absolutely gassed. Does time to sell Nunes, says Harry, and I was just about to go on to that. Does this mean... I feel bad for Nunes in this situation because he now goes under Gundogan. In front of Nunes now, in that midfield, you've got Gundogan, obviously Rodri, because he's not going to play the 6 anyway. You've got Gundogan, Rodri. Kovacic is definitely in front of him. He's had more game time. Phil Foden's in front of him. Kevin De Bruyne's in front of him. Bernardo Silva's in front of him. I just think it's a long list that's in front of Nunes to get into his side. But what I would say is it's a long season. There's a potential of 70 games this year. So it's a long season. I just feel like keeping these players about will be good for us. I don't think it's good to just get rid of these players because obviously injuries and that, we don't know the situation. James McAtee, obviously he's in there as well. Nico O'Reilly, hopefully see a bit more game time from him this season as well. But Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if Gundogan got captain. I think the likelihood of it isn't too much, based on the fact that obviously we have the captain squad already. It's probably already set, and I don't think he'd want to come in and disrupt that, as we've said. But for me personally, I'd just be like, yeah, here's the captain's armbands, mate. You can have it. You can have it, definitely, straight up. But it's mad. It's mad because this deal that we're offering Gundogan now is basically what he wanted before he left City. We offered him the contract too late, and he'd already agreed to go to Barcelona, and that's why we ended up losing out on Gundo last time, because he was holding out for a contract that he wanted, and now it's the contract that he's got now. So he's got a year and an option for a further 12 months, which I think is a perfect deal for him as well, because after a season, we can see his fitness levels, see what he's done this year, and see if that extra 12 months is necessary. Is Kovacic still wearing 8 though? Kovacic, I imagine he'll still wearing 8. Like I say, I don't think Gundogan's going to come in and rock the boat and start demanding everything back. Give me the captain's armband. Give me that number 8 shirt. I don't think that's how it's going to work. I need Pep extending now. Pause. Yeah. Well, I think Pep does another year. Do this 12-month extension with Gundo. I think that'll be with Pep. The amount of time that Gundo stays at his football club is the amount of time that Pep will stay. Dr. Bazar says, Gundogan back to Man City. She said she was 18. What? Rio with a 298. Yes, mate. He says, I wonder how did Gundo convince his wife? I know, obviously, famously, his wife doesn't like the food over here, but there's some nice new restaurants opening up. So she can go to them ones instead and see what she likes. Gundogan is a great one, Ian Wilkinson. That's a paper headline if I've seen one. Gundogan. Gundo will take the number 22 shirt, I guess, says Ken. I've seen people say that Gundo should take the 21. I'm not too pressed about it. It could be anyone. It could be any shirt, to be honest. Is it already confirmed? It is already confirmed. Fabrizio's giving his here we go. Paul Ballas has confirmed it this morning as well. Take it to the Ivy, Gundo. Fact, Jamie. Yeah, strudels, mate. Tell Freddie about Gundogan. I mean, I think Freddie's in the chat. If he's not in the chat, then Gundogan is the one. Gundogan is the one. Gundo without the 8 will be weird. It will be weird, but it's something that I'm happy to get used to, just to have him in the squad. Sri Kumar Nair says Gundo was sent to Liga to learn how Madrid works. Yes, mate. It's good to have him back. I don't see an issue where this will go wrong. Will he be straight into the team for the weekend? This is what I was just about to say then. I think because he knows everything about the squad, and he's definitely still fit. He had a great Euros. I think he could be available. I think he's available for the weekend. Genuinely, I think Gundogan is available to play this weekend. I think he'll get registered today. He's had a full pre-season, says Sumo Dogs. Why not? Throw him in. Will he start? I don't think he'd start. I think we'll start with a similar lineup to what we did at Chelsea. Bar a few players, obviously. But I think he'll get game time. The fact that we can announce Gundogan this week and we can see him on the pitch by this weekend is insane. There you go. Craig Party Time says Gundo will be presented to fans on Saturday, but will not be in the squad. So that makes sense. An unveiling at the weekend would be nice, wouldn't it? Like, bring him out on the pitch. Oh my God, the gas. It'd be unreal to see Gundo doing just coming out back to the fans with a new kit on. Give me Gundo in the away kit. That 99 away kit is going to hit different with Gundogan on it, right? That is the kit to buy. I'm telling you, sales will revamp again for that 99 kit. It's genuinely going to pop off that. It's mint. It's absolutely mint. FT40 retired from international football too, so he can focus everything on City. Yeah, the thing is, he didn't want to leave Manchester City when he left. He wanted a better contract or a certain contract, and he didn't get it from City in time, so he ended up leaving. So now he's back. I think he'll be buzzing to be back. We know how much he loves City. There's some more news from Paul Ballas. This is what is in the article. And it says, in order to facilitate the move to City, Gundogan is foregoing the remaining 2 years of his salary that he'd been owed from Barcelona on his contract. So I think because he's going to forego that salary, I think obviously Barca then have let him go on a free. And then we've signed him. unreal. Unreal. We didn't need to do a swap deal with Cancelo because we got him for free anyway. I do still think that we'll get rid of Cancelo, maybe Saudi or something like that. But yeah, it is like he went on loan for a year. Yes, it is. That is exactly what it is. Zetany says, but Barca was his dream. He did have the dream of playing for Barcelona as well. But yeah, he's gone there. And how dare they disrespect Ilkay Gundogan like this? How dare they not appreciate Ilkay Gundogan like this? He is an absolute worldy player. An absolute worldy player. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand that they want to free up some wages, but the importance of a player like Ilkay Gundogan is massive, to the point where we've still not even replaced him. We missed Gundo last year. I know he won the league and that, but we missed Gundo at times last year. The amount of times that I'd said, oh, Ilkay Gundogan would have been perfect. Because, yes, we went and got Kovacic and Nunes. Nunes is just a ghost and doesn't play football for us. And Kovacic doesn't offer you the goals and assists that Ilkay Gundogan does. So, to have Gundo back, it offers versatility from the six because he can play that role by himself. He can double pivot. Like someone said before, we could double pivot with Kovacic if we needed to. But we can play him further forward as well. We can play him in that 8 role, which is what we've wanted for time. It's what we've wanted for time. What's Gundogan's age? I think he's 34 in October this year. Now to bring back Mahrez, says Ashaz. Please tell me you've all seen Mahrez on Twitter with Savio. Like with the Spider-Man meme. Because he's looking at Savio going, is that me? Like, because everyone's seen it. He's wearing the number 26. The way that Savio was moving against Chelsea. Yeah, I'll give him Mahrez vibes, 100%. Gundo top scorer this season, mark my words. I mean, to be fair, he chips in with so many goals and assists from midfield that I don't think he'll be top goal scorer because we've got the freak that is Erling Haaland. However, I do think he'll be very important to us. I think he'll give us a lot of goal involvements from the midfield, which is good. Which is good. That's what we need. We can't rely on your Kevin De Bruyne and stuff. The amount of times that Gundo stepped up in situations, the amount of important goals that Ilkay Gundogan has got for this football club, it's like it just made sense to get him back. Nothing to me. We had comments, super chat the other day from Mansour saying that he doesn't want it. Like basically, it's not a good idea to go get Gundo back. He doesn't back the deal. But for me, I don't know how you couldn't back it. It's exactly what we've wanted. It's so difficult to find a second choice player, and we've gone and got someone of the quality of Ilkay Gundogan. How? How is this a thing, man? It's so sick. Yeah, there, Gajo Grande says, you never go back to a place where you're happy once, but certain scenarios like this present themselves, and I just don't see it failing. I don't see it failing at all. Now, that could just be me coping hard, but I don't see this failing in the slightest. What did I see then? Oh yeah, Jay Kajiro there. Yes, mate. Says, last step, this window is a backup striker, and this is quite literally the dream window. I mean, I wouldn't say dream window because we got rid of Alvarez, but given players that have left, I think, yeah, it's a great window. It's an absolutely great window. If we can bring back, obviously we brought back Gundo now. We've gone and got Savio, another right winger, who looks really, really good. And then obviously to go get a backup striker now that Alvarez has left, I think it'd be unreal. So the one that we're currently looking at, we know that City have basically scattergun approached for a lot of strikers. We're looking at loads of different ones, but there is one that we're seriously interested, and now that's coming out today to be Kyogo from, is it Kyogo Furuhashi? I think it is that. Kyogo from Celtic is who it is. I don't know this guy in the slightest. I don't think I've ever seen him, but I'm willing to have a look. That's my plan this morning, was to look at Kyogo Furuhashi, see what the situation is, and probably do a stream about it. However, now the Gundo news popped off, and I was like, "Yo, we can't do this." Sumo Dog says his pressing is insane. Bring back Dzeko. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I was thinking what we're gonna do. He is 29 already. The Japanese striker, Kyogo. He's good. JP Kyogo is massive. Serious. I'm gonna have a look in it after the stream. I'm gonna deep dive into Kyogo because I want to see what the situation is and who we're signing basically. Rune Dogs with a 3 says, is Cancelo staying? Hopefully not. I know Pep Guardiola came out the other day and was like, Cancelo is still a Manchester City player and all this, but in that same sentence, he basically said he's looking to go out on loan. So he's not gonna play for City. He won't be registered as a City player. Cancelo's time at City is done. I think City, the last I seen, City are pushing him towards Saudi. I think he's spoken to Ronaldo as well about moving over to Saudi and see what that is. But I think Cancelo will get a move before the end of this window. I don't think he'll end up rotting in our reserves for the whole time. Openda, Leipzig, relationship with Vardy and international with Kev and Doku. I don't see that happening. I seen the guy. I'm pretty sure I seen Openda at the Euros, but I don't see it happening. Kyogo's 5'7". I mean, I'm not asked about it. It can be whatever size he wants, mate. As long as it's a backup striker who can do bits and scores goals, that's fine for me. And if people are saying he's 29 years old, so he's experienced, I want to look at his Celtic record and see what his situation is there. And yeah, it would be a big hit to lose Kyogo, says Adam. Kyogo's injured till Jan. Ooh, that could be a deal breaker then. If he's injured till January, unless we think that we can just sort it out in between then. We do have all other options, obviously, with the false 9. Alvarez was 5'7" wasn't he? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They're not, obviously, we had the contrast of strikers, didn't we? I don't think we need another winger. Well, I don't think we need another winger. I wouldn't be going for another winger now we've got Savio. Look at our wingers. The wings are stacked. You've got Grealish, Doku, I say we're stacked. Grealish, Doku, Savio, Bernardo can play right wing. Obviously, Doku can play right wing. Foden can play on the wing. I think we were all right in that situation. Oscar Bob, obviously, he's injured until the end of this year, but Oscar Bob can come in and do bits. So yeah, that's it. Why not go for Watkins? I think he'd cost absolute cash. I don't think it's come out. City aren't looking for a first team striker, looking for a second choice, someone who's accepting of taking a second team role. Do you know what I mean? But a second choice role in this team. Tony, for me, I think he'd be available quite cheap. His wages are really cheap. I think he's on 20 grand a year, something like that. Sorry, 20 grand a week, something like that. 20 grand a year would be on minimum wage. It'd be less than minimum wage. Watkins, I don't see happening. I think it costs cash. Like I say, Tony was probably more available because of cash, like to buy him. I think you could get him for around like 30 mil, something like that. But I don't see us getting him. I think he's got a bit of an ego. I don't think that I think he'd be good. Do you know what I mean? I actually think he'd score a lot of goals for City, but I think he would want that first team role and he's not going to get that. Whereas maybe someone like a Kyogo, 29 years old, he might be more accepting of more of a backseat role. Tony wants a crazy wage. That's why he's probably going to leave Brentford on a free. Yeah, Connie. For me, Tony just suits Arsenal. Like, Tony I think that's the way it should be. And REFC, Felix has already gone Chelsea. Oh yeah, Harry's just said there. Felix has gone Chelsea already. It's already done. John Duran from Villa. Yeah, a lot of people saying this. Ollie was saying this the day. John Duran from Villa would be a great signing. But again, I just think we need like someone who's going to accept this kind of role at the club. Now, not to say that Kyogo is it. Not to say that Kyogo is the one to go and get, but or he is the one that City are going to fully send for. But Sam Lee's come out and basically said that that's the name that he's dropped. And yeah, he's looking for someone. We're looking for someone outside of the Premier League. But yeah, Benzema. Yeah, we ain't getting Benzema. Zimmer. Duran will cost a lot, yeah, because the talent that's there, he'd cost a bit more money, obviously. But like I say, I don't think we're looking for an expensive second choice striker. I think we're going to go get someone who's willing to be second choice. So I think we just got to allow it with that. What's Balotelli up to these days? Honestly, it's bring the band back together vibes. This it's pure bring the band back together vibes. Rio says Mukoko. Not sure, mate. Not sure. Mukoko. I've heard the name before, but my head's battered with Gundo. Shape my soul went Spain in a Wegan. Gundogan. Wegan brought us back our captain, Ilkay. You're gonna have to do some work on that, Roshan, mate. Oh, Dortmund, innit? Yeah, Dortmund. But yeah, again, I don't see that. I don't see that. But stranger things have happened with re-signing Ilkay Gundogan. I didn't see that happening. So it could be, at the moment in time for the striker, I think it's going to take a bit longer. I don't see that happening. like anytime soon. I think you'll have to wait a couple of days until we get striker news. I think City have basically turned their attention on getting Gundogan over the line and then doing that. Vardy would be vibes. Did you see Vardy when he was like that? Like for the pointing at the Premier League badge and saying one and pointing at Spurs and saying none. That was peak shithousery from Jamie Vardy. That's why the guy's got to be in the Prem, innit? He's a Prem merchant. Depay still doesn't have a football club. Any takers? Any takers? Depay, no football club. Depay and a free. Any takers? Going once. I don't see us getting Depay personally. I think Depay's one that City would definitely swerve. Definitely swerve. I think he put in a shift. Yeah, his ego will be a problem to Sumo Dogs, and I agree with that. He'd put in a shift, definitely, but I just think it's not it. Washed. Griezmann. I mean, Griezmann years ago I'd have loved. Griezmann now, it's still Atletico, and he agrees. Not is it Atletico? Because he went to Barca and went back to Atletico, didn't he? He's also played for United. Yeah, he has played for United. But the thing that I like about players who've left United and then, like, say, come to City or something is the shithousery on the on Derby Day. Like, imagine him scoring against United. Scenes. Absolute scenes. Griezmann's never leaving Atletico. I don't think he'll leave Atletico again unless he goes somewhere like Saudi or MLS, something like that. Obviously, he's still got the name Griezmann, so he can probably still do that. He can probably still do that Saudi move. What the fuck, guys? Gundo is clearly the backup striker. Sign him. We just need a midfielder now. Why didn't I realise this? Why didn't I realise this? Man said Derby Day. Why are you coming out with the way I speak? Derby Day is what do you call it? Derby Day. Hey man, have you seen Derby Day? Derby Day, isn't it? Derby. Yeah, I'm getting roasted with my voice. Can you be relegated to Sunday League? Says Jensk. No, we're sticking around for a little bit longer, mate. So you have to put up with us, unfortunately for you. Matthias Tell. Again, not sure. I know who he is, but I'm not sure again that City go for him. It's weird because we've had Alvarez. I just don't know what kind of profile of striker we're going to be looking for. Obviously, Kyogo might give a little bit of an insight into that, but I'm not sure. Lukaku, Eddie Nketiah. We can't get someone who's too good. Exactly. We can't get a first team. We're not going to get a first teamer. Anthony Martial on a free. No thanks, mate. No thanks. The next Henry, they called him, didn't they? Osimhen, again, too expensive and also not the profile that we're looking for because he's a first teamer. Wilfred Boney. Nah, mate. What about Paulo Dybala? Run it back. What about Isco? We'll play him false nine. That makes sense. Get Aguero out of retirement. Aguero out of retirement would be funny. Use the youth. I don't think we'll use the youth in the striker position. I do think we'll go get someone. Like the news is out now that we are fully sending on... we are looking at strikers to replace Alvarez, which is good because it's showing intention from the club. I think if we can get a backup striker in for obviously from Alvarez leaving, get a backup striker in, and obviously we've already re-signed Ilkay Gundogan now. I think it's the perfect. I wouldn't say perfect window because I feel like Bruno G, things like that, I thought they were going to happen. But I'd say it's a very good window still because we've gone and got someone who can play in the second to Rodri. We've got someone who can basically be versatile across that midfield. A very good player who we can trust. I've got Savio in, a young talent on the wing, which is good. And then getting a backup striker from Alvarez leaving. I think I can't really complain about that. And I think it puts us in a good position going into next year. Broondogs with a 3 says, let's sign Grimaldo as our backup 9. Again, nope, it's not happening, is it? Vardy, I've been with Vardy, yeah. Joelinton, right? I think Newcastle fans would hate to see Joelinton leave there because he's unreal. He's unreal. Solari from River Plate. Again, we have a good relationship with River Plate. Could get him on a cheap. Ollie Watkins, again, is not it. Alvaro Negredo, is he still playing football? Where's he at nowadays? Vitor Roque on loan. That's the guy from Barcelona, isn't it? There was links to him as well. So maybe he's on a list. There were links. There is a list. Sesko's not a bad shout. It's good to have multiple options in midfield. What about Choupo-Moting? Choupo-Moting has had the strangest football career I've ever seen. The guy just dips about into mad clubs. We're not going to sign him. Calvert-Lewin can stay as far away from my football club as possible. Please. Jackson from Chelsea. And actually make him good. Yeah, again. Please no. Please no for that. Jimenez for number 9. Now that, ALX, is a shout. That's the transfer we've been waiting for years. That's the one. Beto. Yeah, Beto from Everton. Again, Evan Ferguson from Brighton is a very good striker as well. Sam Lee's saying we're looking outside the Premier League for these players. So it's probably good to do just a separate stream completely on strikers when we start to see a little bit more news and just basically have a full stream dedicated to what we're doing now in this past 10 minutes. But the main news is obviously Ilkay Gundogan has now signed for Manchester City, and that's that. So I'm going to get off now, sort some stuff out, and then we'll be back soon when we get more news. Obviously, the deal is a 1-year contract with an option of a further 12 months after that. And then obviously strikers now. We've got to look at strikers. And please, Manchester City, please do a good announcement video. I'm begging for an ice cream van on this announcement video. It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. But big up to everyone. Hope you're all good. Enjoy the rest of your day or morning or night, wherever you are. And I'll be back in a bit with some more streams. See you in a bit.